You are not failing as a parent, but there are habits so deep in daily routine that nobody thinks to flag them, and your baby has no way of telling you they are a problem. Not because you are careless, but because the information never reached you. Pediatric research has been piling up for decades on what genuinely stresses and confuses infants, yet almost none of it ends up in the books people actually read. So here it is, laid out plainly, building to the one thing that will probably change the way you move through your own house from now on. This one starts before you ever pick the baby up. Standard laundry detergent is loaded with optical brighteners, chemicals that cling to fabric to make it look whiter. They do not rinse out. On adult skin, mostly a non-issue. On a newborn, whose skin is roughly 30% thinner and absorbs nearly everything pressed against it, those residues act as a direct irritant. Contact dermatitis research has connected detergent residue with infant eczema flares, disrupted sleep from skin irritation, and chronic background stress the baby cannot articulate. They are not being difficult. They are itching in a way they have no words for. Switch to fragrance-free, dye-free detergent made for infants, not only for their clothes, but for anything that touches their skin, including the shirt you wear when you hold them. The impulse comes from a good place. Baby is asleep, so everyone drops to a whisper and the house goes silent. But inside the womb, your baby spent 9 months surrounded by constant noise, around 85 decibels, roughly the volume of a vacuum cleaner, non-stop. Silence is not familiar to a newborn. It is strange and unsettling. Researchers at Oregon Health and Science University found that babies raised in artificially hushed environments develop a heightened sensitivity to sound. Every small noise jolts them awake because their nervous system never learned that background noise is harmless. You are accidentally conditioning them to be the lightest sleepers in the house. Let the normal sounds stay. Run a fan. Leave something playing softly in another room. For a newborn, silence is not rest. It is sensory deprivation. This goes beyond the usual screen time talk. The specific problem is holding a bright, rapidly shifting screen within a foot of an infant's face while you scroll. Two things happen at once. The blue light suppresses melatonin production, mildly in adults, but significantly in infants, whose melatonin cycle is still forming. This directly interferes with circadian rhythm development that governs their sleep for the next 2 years. On top of that, the speed of content on a screen is faster than any natural visual stimulus a baby would encounter. Researchers at the University of London described it as forcing the brain's attention system to sprint before it has learned to walk. The aftermath is overstimulation, exhaustion, and a heightened startle response lasting hours. The baby is not entertained. The baby's brain is flooded. A family member walks in, arms open, and you pass the baby over. From your side, a warm moment. From the baby's side, the one stable thing in their world, your scent, your heartbeat, your body temperature, just vanished without a signal and got replaced by something unfamiliar. Studies on infant cortisol responses show that sudden caregiver transfers, particularly before 9 months, trigger the same stress hormone spike as a startle event. Done often enough, this trains the nervous system to treat safety as something that can be pulled away at any moment. Before passing your baby to someone, hold them close first. Let the other person step into the baby's line of sight. Give the baby a few seconds to register a new face, then transfer slowly. 10 seconds of preparation stops a cortisol flood before it starts. Bouncers get sold as a hands-free miracle. The issue is structural. When a baby is reclined at the typical bouncer angle, around 45 degrees, with their head unsupported, the weight of the skull compresses the airway slightly and puts steady pressure on the developing cervical spine. The American Academy of Pediatrics has raised concerns about incline devices repeatedly. Beyond the physical side, there is a developmental cost. Babies and bouncers miss the tactile feedback, pressure, warmth, shifting movement that the brain depends on to build its internal body map. Extended bouncer time has been linked to delayed proprioception, the sense that tells you where your body is in space, which feeds directly into motor development milestones. Bouncers are a tool built for minutes, not hours. Babies do not understand words until roughly the 12-month mark, but they read emotional charge from birth. Using a cheerful tone to cover up stress, saying everything is fine in the voice you use when it absolutely is not, is something infants pick up on and are genuinely confused by. That confusion is where the damage sits. Research on infant emotional attunement found that a mismatch between tone and underlying feeling creates a specific kind of distress because the nervous system receives two contradictory signals and cannot sort them out. They sense something is off. You are telling them nothing is. That gap, not the original tension, is what gets stored. You do not need to perform calm for your baby. A quiet, honest tone when you're stressed does far less harm than a bright manufactured one. This is the big one. You are in the room. The baby is nodding known, but you are scrolling, zoned out, mentally somewhere else entirely. Research led by Dr. Edward Tronick through the still face experiment demonstrated that when a caregiver goes emotionally blank, present in body but absent in engagement, babies notice within seconds. They try to pull you back. They smile, reach, make sounds. When none of that works, within about 90 seconds, they slip into distress. Within 2 minutes, they withdraw. That experiment was designed to last 2 minutes in a lab. Most parents do some version of it for hours across a normal day without noticing. The baby is not fine just because you were nearby. They need your face, your responsiveness, your attention, not just your proximity. Physical presence without emotional presence registers in a baby's nervous system as its own kind of abandonment.